friends, this is Anjali Krishnan, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, Don Bosco College, Kottayam. Welcome to my paper, 20th Century Malayalam Literature in English Translation. Core paper opted for 3rd semester BA English students. Today, we shall start our drama, Kanjana Sita. Before going into the drama, we need to know about the playwright, C.N. Srikandan Nayar. C.N. Srikandan Nayar 1920 to 76 was a Malayalam writer and playwright. He is best known for his Ramayana trilogy, which starts with a play Kanjana Sita, the second one Sangeetham, and the third and the last one Lenga Lakshmi. Poet and scholar Ayyappa Panikar has observed, Lenga Lakshmi brought out the playwright in Srikandan Nayar. Whereas you can see in Sangeetham and Kanjana Sita has highlighted the poet and the philosopher in the playwright Srikandan Nayar. He has received Kendra Sahitya Akademi Award in 1962 for Kanjana Sita. And this was adapted into a film with the same title by G. Aravindan. His another major work, Nashta Kachavadam, has won MP Paul Prize. His other works include Kani Tinnarudu, Madhuvidu, Sindhurapottu, Thilakkunna Ponnu, Pichippu, etc. Moving to our play, Kanjana Sita by C.N. Srikandan Nayar. We shall start with the character list. Sita, the main character. Urmila, wife of Lakshmanan. Kausalya, wife of King Dasharatha, mother of Raman. Shambhuga's wife. Next, Sri Raman. Bharathan, elder brother of Rama. Lakshmanan, younger brother of Raman. Lavan and Kushan, sons of Rama and Sita. Then the great sages like Valmiki, Vasishtan, Ashtavakran, Rishishringan, and we know who is Hanuman. Then commanders, doorkeepers, servants, soldiers, courtiers, etc. May you lose your peace of mind, O hunter, for endless years, blinded by passion. You killed one of a pair of mating crownja birds. A sonorous voice is heard reciting the verse before the curtain rises, followed by the sound of a conch being blown. So as the first act of the drama, Kanjana Sita begins. The audience or we hear a sonorous voice reciting the verse. The verse as follows, May you lose your peace of mind, O hunter. Why? Because for endless years he has committed a sin. Blinded by his passion, he has killed one of a pair of mating crownja birds. Crownja birds means lovebirds. So he has killed one of its pair. For that sin, let him lose his peace of mind. And after reciting this verse, a conch is being blown. And we reach at the city of Ayodhya. What is the specialty of Ayodhya? We have the court of King Ramachandran. The court at King Ramachandra's palace, where the buildings are architectured in granite. In the center is the king's seat, and placed on both sides of it are other seats. The courtroom is full of single stone granite pillars. Urmila sits on the floor, her hands supporting her head and arm pressed to a wooden seat. Dignified, piercing eyes, and expression of permanent despondence. She wears no ornaments other than the customary headgear of princesses and the Mangalya Sutram. So, At the court of King Ramachandra, we have described his court and the sitting, which is fully architectured in granite. Then we comes to the living character, Urmila. She sits on the floor, though we have different seats placed on either sides of the courtroom. Urmila sits on the floor and her hand supporting her head and arm pressed to a wooden seat, as though she is thinking about something. She is in a deep thought. And on the very first sight, it feels like she is dignified. She has piercing eyes, as though her expression is a sort of permanent despondence. Again, she wears no ornaments other than the customary headgear of princesses. Not so much ornaments like any other princess. Just the customary headgear of a princess and the Mangalya Sutra, since she is married. So that's it, Urmila. After the curtain rises, a woman attendant enters holding a flag on a 7-foot pole and announces, "The Queen Mother Kausalya Devi." She then moves to the other side of the stage, fixes the flagpole into the floor and stands like a guard. Soon after, the vastly aged Kausalya walks in slowly and with great effort. Though completely wrinkled and white with age, the dignity and grandeur of being Dasharath's wife has not faded. We know this Kausalya, she is the wife of King Dasharatha, and age cannot wither away her grandeur and dignity as that of a queen or king or wife of King Dasharatha. As soon as Kausalya enters, Urmila gets up and greets her reverently, and they have a conversation.